Hey, welcome to Pilates with Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Well, summertime is here, and today we are targeting the legs and the glutes on the Reformer. 25 minutes, no props needed, just pure lower body sculpt work. We're gonna be starting on Footwork springs. For me, that's 2 reds and a green. Foot bar where you like it. Headrest can be up or down, and straps attached. Once you're ready, I'll meet you on the Reformer. Footwork springs are on. Go ahead, lie yourself down, get yourself comfortable, beginning with footwork for our warm-up. Heels are sits bones distance apart, abs are pulled in towards that spine, arms are resting long. Heels are on the bar, flex the toes towards your nose. Take an inhale to prepare, exhale, extend the carriage out, and resist it in. So like I said, this is all about the legs and the lower body today, making this a quick workout, moving through transitions quickly. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. Last one, come all the way in. Slide down to the balls of the feet, lift both heels, extend yourself out, resist yourself in. Syncing your movement with your breath. Just because it's a quick workout doesn't mean it can't be effective as long as we take advantage of the time that we have. Last 2 here. Next time you come in, come all the way in. You're going to open up into wide second position. Heels are externally rotated. Take an inhale, exhale, extend yourself out, resist yourself in. Think about that tailbone being heavy. Your upper chest and your shoulders are heavy on that carriage mat, and neutral spine is engaged. Both legs are working equally. Last 3. Last one here. Next time you come in, come all the way in. Both heels coming back to parallel on the foot bar. Left leg coming into table. Take an inhale, exhale, extend it out, resist it in. Coming into some single leg work here. Thinking about tracking that knee right over the ankle in line with the hip as you fold to a 90 degree. Feel that connection between the heel and the glute. Last 2. Next time you come in, come all the way in, switch your feet. Right foot comes to table, inhale, exhale, extend yourself out, resist yourself in. Still think about that ball of the foot pressing on that imaginary floor in front of you. Connection between the heel all the way up to the glute, possibly into the pelvic floor. Last 3. One more full here. Next time you come in, come all the way in. Both heels are on the bar. Headrest can be flat. Please knock your headrest if it's lifted. Both heels, arches on the bar. Arms are braced by your sides. Abs are pulled in. Taking an inhale, exhale. We're going to lift the hips up to the clouds. Drop it down. Tap the mat. Squeeze and lift. Coming into glute bridges here. Think about squeezing, holding those abs in towards the spine, navel towards the spine, keeping that rib cage and corset tight. Squeezing at the top, resisting it down. We have 4. Last 2. Next time you come down, go ahead, bring that bottom down. Take a moment Left legs come into tabletop, right leg staying on the foot bar. Single leg bridges here. When you're ready, lift the hips, lower the hips, tap the bottom, lift. Squeeze through that side. That's pushing and pulling, bearing all of your body weight. Keep that corset tight. Last 3, 2, last 1. When you come down, heel is coming to the foot bar, opposite leg. For me, that's my right leg coming to tabletop, left heel, lift and squeeze. Trying to keep that carriage closed. Caught myself pushing out instead of stabilizing. Drop it all the way down, squeeze and lift. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring it down. Bring your knees to your chest for a quick moment. Stretch it out, maybe butterfly your legs. And then once you're ready, we're gonna come up on our reformers. We're gonna be making a spring change. So we are taking all of our springs off except one heavy spring. Headrest can be up or down. Your choice where you want to be. I am going to keep my head up here just to make it a little more challenging. I'm going to be facing you. If you could do the same, taking your strap, bringing it coming onto our side lying position. Bottom leg is bent. Elbow is bracing ourselves behind the shoulder blocks if you choose. Otherwise, you can be lying down with your head in between the shoulder blocks. Choice is yours. Hips stacked, foot is flexed. When you're ready, we're gonna lift the leg up to the clouds and drop it down. So what you're trying to be mindful of is that you don't roll over on to your side. So a lot of people who do leg lifts, they do this, they come up, and they are completely rolling over to their back. So they're not keeping their hips stacked. So you want to keep your hips stacked and press it down. It should be a small movement. Carriage should move to your range of motion. Try not to brace yourself with your upper body. Really push out of that upper body. Keep those obliques pulled in. Don't dump into that side body. Let's go for 4, 3. So when you make the work intentional and stay within your range of motion, you feel it way more effectively. Last 2, I think. 1 more here. Go ahead. When that leg comes along by the foot bar, you're going to go ahead, bend your knees. So now your knees are connected. Remember, you can come down, lie down in between the shoulder rests. I'm going to stay here. I'm also going to lift my heels up. Strap is in between the legs. We're going to come into clams. So again, don't roll onto your back. Stay long on your side. You're going to close the legs, resist them open. Again, if you're staying on your side, carriage, minimal movement. Keep those obliques pulled in. Keep pushing long out of the shoulder if you're up high. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, close those legs. Great job. Hit that hip if you need to. We're going to go ahead, take that strap off. Now we're going to stay on that one red spring. We're going to rotate onto our backs, Before we go over to the other side, we're gonna come in to another set of glute bridges. So heels or arches, this is a light carriage. I'm gonna go to the arches, trying to keep my carriage as quiet as possible. Headrest is down, arms by the side. Staying with a flat back, inhale to prepare, exhale. Lift the hips and lower the hips. We're gonna lift and lower. This is all about the legs and the glutes. So there's no better way to train those glutes than bridge work. Make sure you're keeping those abs and rib connection, not splaying through the upper body. Trying to find that straight line from the knees to the hips and the hips to the shoulders. Let's go for 4 and 3, 2, last one. When you lift it up, go ahead, hinge it all the way down, and then close the carriage because I came away from the foot bar, and we're carefully gonna rotate over to the other side. All right, so I am now on my right hip. My right arm is coming behind the shoulder blocks. I am grabbing my strap that correlates with my leg, and it's coming on to the top leg here. Now, remember, you can be up, you can be down. What I want you to be is not turn to your side. I want you to stack those hips. Pull those obliques up, flex the foot, leg is reaching long towards the foot bar. You're gonna lift and lower. You're gonna stay into your range of motion. Some people are way more flexible than me, or some people are less flexible than me. It's gonna look different in everybody. What I want you to realize is that you are like a toaster except for that bent knee underneath you, trying not to get burnt. Hips staying square to the wall in front of you. Let's go for 4. Really press through that heel, through the arch of that foot. Last 2, push out of that arm, don't dump, keep those obliques pulled in. Last one here, go ahead, bring that leg long, bend the knees. Strap is in between both legs. I'm gonna lift my heels. Again, don't roll to the side. Don't roll to the back, stay on your side. We're gonna go for clamshells. Knees come together, open and resist. Try not to twist that upper body. Everything is quiet except those outer thighs opening and closing, that top clamshell. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully go ahead, bring that strap in, leg in, and you can take that strap off. Excellent job. Carefully hang that strap up. I am gonna come off the right side of my reformer facing the foot bar. I'm also gonna change my spring to 1 medium blue, take that heavy red off. This is where if you have a knee pad, I would go ahead and grab it. I am gonna come standing onto the side of my reformer, and my outside leg, which for me is my left leg, is gonna come down on to the knee pad. Now I'm gonna push myself out, and my right foot is coming on to the floor in the well. Now my blue spring is in between, in the middle, so I can comfortably extend myself out. So what I like to do first is I like to hold on to the foot bar. I like to find my positioning, make sure that I'm right when I'm holding on, because that usually lines your body up, and then you feel how it feels. So hands to the foot bar if you choose. When you're ready, we're gonna come into that lunge position. You're trying to be mindful that your knee stays over your ankle and you're pulling, resisting the carriage in. So your hands can be on the foot bar. They can be on your hips. They can also, if you want a balance challenge, you can bring your hands out to the side and keep coming up and down into your lunge. Let's go for 4. 3, 2, 1 more. We're going to hold it out here. Now we're just going to pulse it lower, get a little deeper into that lunge. Pulse it up and down, lifting through the stabilizing leg. Pull up through the pelvic floor, stabilize through those abs for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Bring that carriage all the way in. I am going to rotate and face you. I'm going to pick my knee up. It's going to face you, parallel to you as well. I'm going to give myself a little room, and I'm going to externally rotate both knees diagonally to you, 45 to the walls in front of me. Now again, you can hold on. You want to find your range of motion. Press the inner thigh. You're going to come up, squeeze the inner thigh together. Again, you can make this much harder. You can lighten your load or take all of your springs off. You choose where you want to be. What you're thinking about is every time you pull the inner thighs towards each other, you're controlling, stopping that carriage from closing with your inner thigh muscle. We have 4. And 3. 2. Last one, we're going to hold it out. We're going to add those pulses. Now pull from the heel, lower and lift. Lower and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully bring it all the way in, and you can bring that leg out of the well. So once you come up, keep the knee pad right where it is. If you're using one, just move it to the other side. I'm carefully going to walk over into the well on the other side. So my left leg was down on the carriage. My left leg is coming on to the carriage again. Now shoulders back and down, abs are pulled in. Make minor adjustments as you need. Don't let the hips shift up. You want to square them to the wall in front of you. Abs zip together, pull with your leg towards your knee. Again, work is in the resistance. Pull towards your knee. Resist it back. Use the muscles to slow down the weight. Squeeze. Can you make that connection through your pelvic floor as you pull through those hamstrings up through the inner thighs, connecting everything to your powerhouse? Last 3, we're going to hold it for pulses. In 2. Last one here, hold it, release, squeeze. Tiny little releases. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, let that carriage go. You can carefully take that left off. Step over to the opposite side than what you worked before. All right, I'm going now with my right leg down. My left leg is coming down into the well. Hands are on the foot bar. I'm going to adjust this side as I need. I have a little bit more range of motion in this hip. So once you're ready, find that lunge. If you choose to use that bracing support first to find your guide mark, when you're ready, take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, you're going to squeeze in towards the center and bring it back. You want the balance challenge, bring your hands to the hips or bring your hands out to the side, opening up your long arm lever. Still maintaining that knee over that first and second toe. Just caught myself leaning back and not staying over the ankle. So gentle reminders, everybody needs them. Our body is trained to do things the lazy way sometimes. It's our job to remind it to do it the correct way. Last two, we're going to hold it out for pulses. One more here, make sure those hips aren't hiking. Hold it out. You're going to lift through the standing heel, lower, lift, lower. It's the standing heel pushing through the ground, making that connection to the stability glute. 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring that carriage all the way in. This is where we rotate to the wall, sideways on the carriage. Now I'm going to use both, externally rotate both legs. I'm going to brace myself for my positioning. Feel what feels right to me. Make sure that my knee is still over that first and second toe. And then hands can come to the hips. They can come to prayer. Stay at the foot bar or come out to the side for balance. You choose where you need to be. Think about pulling those inner thighs together as you abduct them towards each other. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. Last one, you're going to hold it down. Little pulses, drive through the heel of the standing foot. Trying to keep that carriage as quiet as possible for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring that carriage in. You can bring that foot up to the foot bar. Excellent job. Let's go ahead, come off that carriage. We're going to step into our well on the other side. This time my right foot is coming behind in front of the shoulder block. Left foot is stabilizing, shoulders back and down. When you're ready, you're going to pull it towards you, resist it back. Remember, take micro steps as you need them. Keep the hips square as best you can. Pull towards your midline, resist it back. If your headrest is jamming, you can lift it up. Sometimes that helps, depending on your machine. Think about your stability leg. You're not locking out that joint. Soft bend in that stabilizing leg. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. Last one, we got these pulses. Pulse it in. Last set here. Squeeze towards the glutes. Feel that pelvic floor. Can you engage it all? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully go ahead, release that carriage. Take your foot, walk it towards the center. If you lifted your foot, your headrest up, go ahead and knock it down. I want you to walk your right leg, your left leg out, come into a lunge stretch. Maybe bring your hands down to the carriage mat. Try to keep those hips as square as possible. I'm gonna walk my hands up to the shoulder block, transfer my weight, and go ahead into that front hamstring stretch. Press my weight onto the heel, lift my toes. Again, come into that forward lunge. Stretching out that front glute, stretching out that back leg. And let's sway the weight towards the back as you lift the weight onto your heel and straighten the leg on the carriage. Let's go ahead, bend that leg, bring it to the floor. Right leg can come up. Again, we're gonna come into that lunge stretch, so maneuver how you feel, works for your body and your machine. Maybe even walk your hands out, get a little deeper. Walk your hands up to the shoulder block. Front split stretch, hamstring stretch. Maybe drop your nose to your knees. And let's transfer one more time. Shifting our weight, stretching out those hips. And go ahead, one more time, straighten that front leg. Bring both feet down into the well. We'll take a roll up from our shoulder blocks. So take an inhale. Exhale, begin rolling yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Stacking your spine, rolling your shoulders back and down. Hands come to heart. And that concludes today's summer legs and glute workout. Like always, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And until next time, I'll meet you on the Reformer. Bye.